think we're going live, people. I think we're getting live. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. All right, here we go. Sober Talk is. Whoa, ho, ho. Hey guys, welcome to a special Saturday night. Saturday Night Live. How about that? Carrie, did you cross post? Did you remember to cross post on all the pages? If not, we need to stop right now. Welcome to Sober Talk, guys. Let me look and make sure that we are. That's the thing, when you're doing this stuff, you never know what's really going on. I think you're cross-posted here. I can see the numbers. They're up there. Yes. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of Sober Talk, Saturday Night Live. You're here because you want to get sober, you need to get sober, or perhaps you're just sober curious. Maybe you have a loved one or someone that you care dearly about who is struggling with drugs or alcohol. I mean, how do you know if you have a drinking problem or a drug problem? It's real easy. If it causes problems. If you're like me, you start drinking to deal with problems. And if you're like me, the drinking becomes a bigger problem than the actual problem you were dealing with. Wow, tonight's about resentments and my health. My health. That's a big resentment that I'm pissed at myself about. My Chuck liver light came on. I'm not quite on the donor list or the transplant list, but you know, you drink enough, you will be. I start getting alcohol-induced cardiomyopathy. So look, we do not glorify alcoholism or drug addiction, but we do try to humanize it. It is a disease. I call it a disease because if you keep on doing it and you don't stop, it will kill you. It can kill you. It really, really. And I encourage you, never try to stop on your own. Please. I am not a doctor. I'm some dude, 7 months sober, trying to keep it together. But you could die from withdrawals from alcohol and benzos. Benzos being, Xanax and things like that. But man, it's going to be a good show. We are back at it. We were here last night, had a lot of difficulties, but we are glad that you are here. And I made some notes. I'm trying not to look at this computer here because a lot of my friends say, hey, it looks as though that you're not listening. And I do listen. I'm reading the comments. We are live right now. So I'm reading the comments like right now. Jim Hoy, hey, at work, day 30. Hey, congrats, Jim Hoy. Suzanne Young. Suzanne is one of our other resident nurses here, right here from the Kentucky area. Good friend, Suzanne Young. How you doing? Nurse Suzanne. There's Derek. What's up, everyone? Looks and sounds good. And and Jason Moody. I did good not drinking for 11 years and I turned 12. I quit drinking for 18 years. The first 18 years. That's hilarious. Hello, people, Randy, Brackfield. So, yeah, man. So, tonight's topic is discuss the importance of letting go in the context of forgiveness and overcoming resentments. I have a lot of resentments. I am pissed at certain folks I've done business with. I am upset that I've hurt people. I've got people, my family, my wife, co-workers, friends, lifetime friends who don't talk to me now because I got drunk and said bad things. And I don't think there's some people out there who will never ever take an amends from me, and it is what it is. But hey, that's where I was. That's not where I'm going. That's not where I'm going to be. So tonight we got a lot of callers lined up, and it's about resentments and how do you finally let go of those people that you feel that wronged you, or how do you let go of like I play these things? Oh my gosh, over my head, like I can't believe that I said that or did that. Oh my gosh, and I'm driving down Hurstbourne Lane just crying like, oh my gosh, I put my wife through this, my kids through this, my coworkers through this, whatever. So, anywho, so we're not gonna talk about that. So let's just get right to it. We are calling Crystal. Crystal, her middle name is Crystal Meth. I'm teasing. So, so this is Crystal, and we are calling her and seeing how she's doing and how she's dealing with the whole resentment. And she has a lot of it. I'm sure she does. I know her life. I know her husband.
Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. Tom Mabe. How you doing?
I'm good, Tom. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We just started the special Saturday night episode of Sober Talk Live.
Nice.
You and I got a mutual person we love dearly, your husband, Chris, and
Yep.
I got a text from Chris, and I'm glad. But we're talking about resentments, and these could be people that you're pissed at because they did you wrong, or they put your life in jeopardy, or maybe you're pissed at yourself for things that you've done, said, or whatever. And do you have those things in your life, and have you let them go? Have you forgiven that person, or have you forgiven yourself?
Well, I mean, resentment is probably one of the biggest things that drive alcoholics.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's impossible to not have resentment. But I think, it's about coping with them, forgiving, moving on to be able to get healthier. But resentment, if you examine resentments at the core of what they really are,
Okay.
it's really only holding yourself back, right? Because there's always a part of what you're holding resentment about that you're responsible for, right? So it's really important to be able to acknowledge that, it always, because it's easy to say this person did this to me and it made me feel this way, right? And it made me lose money, or it made me miss a deal, but
Absolutely.
right. But really, it's how much control you're trying to have over someone else's behavior is probably a beginning way to look at it. You haven't accepted that you really don't have control of that situation. So yeah, your feelings are hurt when it doesn't go the way you want it to.
Now, do you forgive that person? And let me flip it around a little bit. Have you done things that you have a problem, forgiving yourself with?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I was drinking, everything I did was, for one, the priority was, where am I going to drink? How am I going to get it there? And when am I going to have this drink? I mean, no matter if it was a kid's function, whether it was a work dinner, whether it was a birthday party. I mean, holidays, everything had to be, where's the booze going to be? How am I going to get it? And I need to get it there. And now if someone stepped in my way, and then all of a sudden I'm resentful about, well, why are they having it so early? Why do we have to go on Saturday? This is our one night out a week. So the resentment start building from that direct conflict with my drinking. So, I mean, looking back, I have a lot of resentments for myself. I feel horrible about the things that I've done to, my children, to my husband, to my friends, to my job. So yeah, I mean, if I'm ever going to remain sober, I have to acknowledge what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do so this is all going back to like step 4 and 5 in the big book.
Oh man, I'm right on step 4 and 5. I hit it. You can ask Chris, because I talked to Chris a whole lot about it when I was doing it. I'm like, no, I can't do it right now. So I'm like 7 months in, just now getting to step 4 and 5.
Right. And me and Chris have done a couple of workshops for, while in treatment. When I was in treatment, we did a step 4 with a priest. And then, and you could do it with any sort of clergy member you wanted, but I had chosen a priest at the time.
Gotcha.
And so I did a step 4 there. And of course, I was in a 30-day facility. So it was pretty fast moving, but you only went through steps 4 and 5. So getting that out the first time, it was really confusing, and it felt really, it was kind of a dumping ground of all of this guilt and shame and things that I had done my entire life that if you still think about it or talk about it, it's something you should probably let go of.
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing. Let's talk about letting go. So, and by the way, Carrie, how's my volume now? I cranked myself up. I turned Crystal down a tad. We're dealing with all this rewiring stuff. So, have you ever just been driving down the street and you thought about going to the skating rink and they don't sell beer at the skating rink. I don't want to go there. So you sit out in a parking lot for, an hour while your kids are in there skating. I mean, are the resentments more from other people who did you wrong, or do you have self-resentment?
I have equal amount.
Okay, I get it.
Because when I first acknowledged even that I was an alcoholic, then it was, it was all Chris's fault because Chris is an addict, right?
Right.
It's his fault and what he did to me, and he did this, and I didn't like that, and he never listened. So all of my resentments were driven at him because he's my closest person, right?
Right.
And he knows me better, good and bad, better than anyone else in the whole world. And so, yeah, all my resentments were driven at him. And then as you work in AA programs, they start saying, well, where are you responsible for that? What happened? And it's like, well, I'm not responsible at all. He's the husband. Right.
Can I interrupt you? Because when I was doing step 4 and step 5 back in September, and I was telling a guy that a buddy might hook me up with, because you want to tell this to a stranger who's in the program, correct? And
right, or a sponsor. I tell it to my sponsor now.
Well, now I got a sponsor. Yes, I would do that. At the time, I really didn't, and I was telling the sponsor, like, I'm pissed at them because they did this. They cost me $60,000 in legal fees, and they did it. Hey, well, come on, John. I mean, didn't you? All right, something's up with my phone. But Crystal, I'm gonna hang you up, and I'm gonna hang up and call you right back. All right, here we go. But we're talking about resentments, and man, was I just pissed at this guy. He was
Hi.
I was gonna let you where I left off. I was pissed at this guy because I said, look, they cost me $60,000 in legal fees. They did this. They did. He said, come on, man. You had to screw them over a little bit. You had to do this. You had to do that. And he goes like, no, you're gonna have a hard time trying to find me, Tom Mabe, doing anybody wrong. He goes, no, you're a liar. You're this. You're that. Whatever. And he became one of my resentments. So I know there's two parts. There's things I feel bad that I've done to other people. But in this case, I never did nothing wrong in this business transaction. I just got royally screwed. And I am pissed at them. I have moved on. I've taken things and contacts from that business deal, and I've increased my equity and my monies, and they haven't. So I'm no longer pissed at them. But I don't have resentment for things that I've done to them. But this guy that I was speaking with convinced me. He said, no, you have to. And I was like, no, I have not done anything wrong. So there's, when you look at step 4 and step 5, you got like your self-resentment, things that you've done to yourself, things that you've done to other people. Did you have any qualms with any of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't want to admit, for one, and I don't want to admit that I have any character defects or cause any of the bad things that happen to me at all. I mean,
right. Okay.
That's who we are as, addicts and alcoholics. We're never wrong. It's always done to us. We never had a part to play. And even in the most horrible things that have happened to me, I could start looking at where I did have responsibility, where I did, I didn't walk away. I wouldn't let go. I wouldn't, I pushed and I couldn't accept, and, I wouldn't let go of control. I mean, for me personally, control is a huge issue. And,
right.
I'm always right. And so when I look at a lot of the things that happened to me, I look at the amount of control I was trying to have through that whole thing, right? Even when things started going south, I still was just dead set on hanging on to it. and
And you
fixing it.
gotta, and so that's what tonight's show's about. It's about letting go of
Right.
things that has done to you, things that you have done to other people, and realizing, hey, that's where you were. That's not where you're going to be. You know, they say life is like 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react. And oh
Right.
my gosh, I've mind effed things my entire life. I've wasted. So, I mean, how many times have you worried for like 2 weeks because you think that you did something, this person is pissed off at you, and you realize, oh no, it wasn't it at all. So I try to tell myself, know that you don't know, and also just don't. Again, I was one of my sponsor owns these facilities, RAC. It's Robert Alexander Center. It's one in Mount Washington, Kentucky, one in Findlay, Ohio, one in Indianapolis. And I was walking through the facilities, give me a tour. Like, by the way, if I ever relapse, I want to go to that place. But it was it said life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it.
Right.
And oh my gosh, how many times have I worried and worried and worried, then come to find out I was wrong, and I just wasted, 14 days of my life worried about this. And it's I don't want to be insecure. I don't want to be cocky. I just want to be right there in the middle where I'm confident and I'm content. So,
Right.
look, I know
Right.
I know that you have you're chairing a meeting tonight, and you're in Iowa. Where are you at? Idaho? Where are you at right now?
Yep. We're in. I'm in Sioux City, Iowa.
Sue, that's where one of my agents was, and yeah, and I remember how far are you from like Deadwood, South Dakota?
Oh, we're across on the other side of South Dakota. So like straight. Uh, Deadwood is like straight west of us,
Okay,
all the way at the other end of South Dakota.
I got you. I got you. I just
Yeah,
love
so it's
that
about
part.
an 8-hour drive.
Okay, I just love that area of 30 seconds. What would you say about anyone? You know what? Crystal, I'm gonna let you go because I'm getting some kind of crossfade feedback thing. All right,
All
enjoy
right.
enjoy your meeting.
Thanks. Bye
Th-
bye.
Thank you, Crystal. Tell Crystal I said hey. Bye bye.
I will. Bye.
So, if you're just joining us, we're talking about resentments, things that people have done to us, and letting go, and things that we've done to other people. And I was saying that I've been drunk and said and done things that I can never take back. There's people in the steps here. We do a thing called amends. It's not an apology. It's like I'm aware of what I did to you and how it made you feel, and and we got a lot of resentments and letting go of the anger and the things that people have done to you and the things that you. I mean, I could cry for 2 hours just thinking about the things I've said and done drunk. Look, it sucks that we are wired this way. It really does suck, but it is a disease. I mean, if you're diabetic and you go to a birthday party and so, oh, he's diabetic, hide the cake, don't cook out the cake. I mean, it sucked, but no, but you still invite us to the party. At a realtor who was saying, hide the beer. Tom can't have beer. He's an alcoholic. Like, you guys enjoy the beer. Yeah, it sucks that I'm wired this way, but it is what it is. I can be around it. I will make you a drink. I just, I'm wired this way. I can't have it. So, all right, let's keep on moving on. Let's read some comments real quick. We've got, let's see here. Carrie, anyone commenting on Tom Mabe? That's one. Joel Harris, hey. Jamie Kaiser, hello all. Kalea, hey Kalea, hey Tom. Ted Watson, hey y'all. Brian Biggerstaff, Sober Family, how are you? Man, I'm so glad you guys are hanging out with me tonight. It's Saturday night. I really, really needed this. Hey at work, day 38. We talked about Jim Hoyt, Suzanne Young. There's Derek. And let's go down here. Beth Gomez. For me, it's not so much resentment, but shame. Wow, Beth Gomez. Yeah, well, you resent yourself when every night when I do. So when you take your nightly inventory, this is a practice my sponsor James Sweezy taught me. He's like, Tom, when you leave the studio, the Sober Talk studio, you just don't unplug your computer and hope that it's going to fire up tomorrow all good. No, you have to close it down. You got to shut things down and you restart it. Blah blah blah. You just don't unplug the cord. Otherwise, tomorrow morning you're trying to find all your files and stuff. So at nighttime we go and we acknowledge. We take self inventory. What have we done today that was harmful or hurtful to someone. And it could be, cutting someone off on the highway, saying something bad to your kid, saying something bad to a loved one, whatever. And then the next morning you go, okay, today I pray. In the morning you go, whoever your higher power may be, God or your meeting or your dog or whatever, you go, today I'm going to try not to yell at my kid. I'm going to try not to, be pissed at this person at work. And so that's how you want to start your computer up right. You want to shut your computer down right. And that's the same way with your mind drive. Sometimes you got to free up some space on your mind drive. If you just go to bed at night and not acknowledge what happened that day, and the next morning you don't start up like, all right, yesterday this was what happened. Today we're not going to do that. We're going to be a little kinder or whatever. So Beth Gomez. So she says regret and yeah. So Ez, hi Tom. You look like a new COVID picture. I don't know what that means, Ez. If you want to talk, text me. I'll give you a call. How do you let go of being pissed off at someone or something? That's Carl Martin. Let's see. How do you let go of being pissed off at someone or something? But right now we are going to call. We're calling Jeremy and see how he's doing. Resentments, people, things that the shame.
Hello.
Hey, Jeremy, it's Tom Mabe from Sober Talk. You're live. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man.
Not a whole lot. Just at home waiting on your call.
Yeah, so we're talking about resentments. So things that we have to let go of. How someone, an ex-wife, an ex-whatever, maybe something you did. Beth Gomez was saying, shame. What do you think about that? Have you ever thought about that? Do you hold on to shame and things that you've done or whatever, or things that people done to you?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to say it's super ironic that you text me with regarding this topic because, resentment and letting go have been, some of the hardest things I've had to do. Besides, stop and quitting drinking. But currently, I'm dealing with some resentment issues and have been towards my ex-wife.
Okay.
And my wife that I'm with now, my current wife, is resenting me for some of my actions while I was drinking.
Right.
So
did she drink? Did your ex-wife drink?
My ex-wife, yeah, she still drinks. She's a functioning alcoholic. My current wife, no, she doesn't drink at all.
Did you get a divorce because of her drinking and your drinking? Is that what caused the breakup?
That's part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, we just did nothing but drink continuously together on a daily basis.
Yeah, I get it.
And so, yeah, amongst some other things, that was one of the issues. But my current wife, we've only been married since a couple of weeks.
I'm sorry. You got married 2 weeks ago?
No, it was a year a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
And so,
okay.
She doesn't like my drinking, never has, never will accept it, and so she just got to the point to where she resented me so much. We didn't even celebrate our first year wedding anniversary.
So let me ask you this: are you still drinking?
It was since the first time you and I spoke, which was October 6th of last year. I've drank here and there. I had a month sobriety here, 3 weeks there. This go around, I'm sober for a week today. So I'm still kind of struggling.
So you were married to another woman for several years, and she was a functioning alcoholic. You were
11
drunk,
years. Yeah.
11 years, and now you're married. It's been a year and 2 weeks. You're married, and you see that the current wife doesn't like the drinking either.
Oh yeah, we're already on our last leg if a miracle doesn't happen.
I mean, what the hell, man? I mean, it's like if you have diabetes, all you have to do is go to the freaking doctor and get on some medications and insulin or whatever. There's a cure for alcoholism. Why can't you do that? I'm just curious. I'm talking to myself too. But why haven't you decided to do that?
Well, I have decided. I say I have. I know it's only been 7 days, and she's heard this same song and dance before.
Dude,
Last
she's
year,
gonna leave your ass. She is
yeah,
going to leave your
she's
ass. Yeah, wow.
she's on the verge. I promise you. Like I said, it's been terrible. It's
What do you
been
do for a
really,
living? What do you
really.
do for a living? You work? What's going
Um,
on?
yeah, I work. I'm in outside sales, so
Okay.
I have a flexible schedule. Work from home for the most part. But
So let me ask you: do you
yeah,
have like any kind of free government assistance, like Medicaid or Medicare or anything? Is there any way that you can go? What state you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
I live in Louisiana.
Louisiana. So is there?
hmm
So do you have any kind of health something or another with Medicaid or anything?
I mean, I have insurance through my work actually.
Okay, so let me ask you this: have you gone to your doctor and go, "Here's the deal. I'm a f up, and I've been. This is my second marriage, and I'm talking to myself because I've been there. How can I not, I go to, I mean, look, I quit for 3 months, 6 months, a year. Even went 2 years, and we drank until something bad happens that we can't deal with. We drank until we get in a fight with our spouse or whatever. And I went 2 years and nothing bad happened. But as soon as something happened that I didn't have the skills to deal with, that I started self-medicating with alcohol, game was over. I don't know how in the hell I went 2 years without drinking. And you're talking about 2 weeks, a month here and there. Dude, what's it going to take for you to like go to your doctor and say, I need to like talk with some people who know what the hell they're
Well,
talking about and to help
I've
me?
I've reached out for help, and I did go to a 30-day program in 2000, the end of 2019.
Wow,
And
that's
then,
great. That's great. And did you work it once you got out? Did you continue to work? Cause you,
well,
okay,
I had a tragedy happen in the family. My brother and my dad passed away
that's
one
right.
day
Like within a
from each
week,
other.
right?
Uh,
Yeah.
well, one died on a Tuesday. That my dad died on a Wednesday.
That's
So,
right. And I
uh,
like I told you back then when you and I spoke, I don't know how in the hell one deals with that. You need some
well,
superpowers to deal with that.
I
But
didn't. I came home all pumped up, positive, ready to go with all this information that I gathered in rehab, and then 2 days after I was home, my 36-year-old brother was diagnosed with terminal cancer and died less than 3 months later. My dad died.
yeah, you'll get cancer
The
from
dirt,
alcohol too. Alcohol is one of the number one causes for cancer.
right.
So that will, be it liver or stomach cancer, esophageal cancer.
Right.
It will cause you are committing suicide on the installment plan. That's what you're doing
Right.
right now. So you went for
Right.
30 days. How long when you
hmm
got out? When you got out of that treatment facility, how long before you started drinking? Be honest.
Um, so it had to have been January 28th. My brother died. January 29th, my dad died. So I was drunk the night my dad died. I know that. I remember
Mhm.
uh, sleeping in my truck when I got the message, and
Wow.
I just
So you
lost
were
it.
you were
It's
drunk prior to him getting. You didn't get drunk because your dad or brother died. You were drunk prior to the death.
Yes, it was a whole lot of pressure and a whole lot of uh, stuff that we had to endure, and we had to help them through the treatment process, and it was just a nightmare. And so I used that throughout last year as a reason to
Hmm.
drink.
We'll
And so
find. No, you're yeah, like I said, man. You're over here trying to get healthy. You're trying to control this alcoholism and your addictions in the corner doing freaking push-ups and pull-ups, and it will kick your ass if you do not work out too. So when you get out of treatment, that's just a start, man. They give you the foundations and the tools, and you detox, but you have to go to some kind of did you go to AA or some kind of addiction therapy or rational recovery? Did you work any kind of steps? Some
when
kind of
I got
organ?
home,
Yeah, go ahead.
when I got home, I went to a few meetings, um, and then once that happened in January, um, I just fell back into the bottle and didn't really even look up all year long. And now
Yeah, something that
next
stick.
thing,
Something that stick.
next
You got to do
thing,
it again. You got to do it again. Something didn't stick. You're gonna lose your wife. How old of a guy are you? You sound like, what are you, 43? What are you, 50?
I'm 49.
49. So you're, like I said, 50. So you're, look at me. Tom Mabe knows it. They can hear an age.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. So if you continue like you're continuing, at 49, you have a good 7 to 10 years left, and you're going to die. But man, don't you deserve to have a better life? Remember how good you felt when you got out of, your when you
Yeah.
detox and you got out of your system? Let's try that again. What can I do to help, man? I mean,
Yeah, it was
what is it?
nice. It was nice.
It was
Well,
nice.
you recommended one thing that helped me, here and there when I applied it, which was the online Zoom meetings. Because a lot of meetings aren't available in my area right now because of the COVID, and we're snowed in down here for the last
Oh yeah. And
week.
by the way, we have Brian Biggerstud on 8 o'clock on Sunday doing a sober talk Zoom. He hosts, and we're hey, look, it's a small crowd. It's so cool. It's intimate. Sometimes we have 6 people, sometimes 15 people. But we don't want to get it too big. But be sure to check that out. We post links on Sober Talk's private group. So join the group.
Right. Okay, I'll do that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Man,
But,
I just can't. Oh man, I worry about you, brother. I worry about you. So
it's not the relationship is it's man it stinks. It really does. I hope I can get it back, but I'm not sure I can.
nah, well, you're not going to get it back drunk. Let me give you a little tip here. That is not going to happen while you are drunk and while you are continuing to use. All right, Jeremy. Am I saying it right? Is it Jeremy? Am I saying it right? Not Jeremy.
Yeah, it's Jeremy. Yeah.
You have to. You got one last Hail Mary to throw. I think you're going to do one more Hail Mary, and you're 49. Your second wife is not happy. Does your second wife? She doesn't drink, right? She doesn't drink.
No, not at all.
You've been married for a year and
never.
2 weeks. Never. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Well.
14th. Yeah.
Well. All right. Well, dude, I love you. I'm preaching to myself.
I appreciate it.
No, man, I've been there. I've done this. I know. I know how tough it is. But guys, again, it sucks that we're wired this way. It really does suck. But it's not. But it's curable. If someone says, "Hey, you got stage 4 cancer," but guess what? We got a cure. Wouldn't you go do it? Because you.
Oh yeah.
You
absolutely, yeah.
You went 30 days without there was a point where you didn't even crave it, right? You didn't crave it.
Yeah,
but
no, I didn't.
The habit.
Yeah.
Join the private group. Talk to Carl Martin. He'll tell you about the habit. He'll tell you about those brains and the way it's wired. I mean, go ahead and freaking join that, and keep watching Sober Talk, Michael Meehan. Michael Me Country Ham says that's what Caddy calls him. But man, look, we are not a glum lot. I don't mean to make light of it, but I am going to bust your chops if you're being a total dumbass. And as your friend, as someone that we've spoken before, I'm telling you, you are being a dumbass right now. And you need to you got my phone number. You need to text me after the show, and we need to fix you. All right.
I appreciate it, Tom. I'm going to do. This is really my last opportunity to stay married to this woman because she's.
Wow.
She's fed up. I put her through enough.
And 70% of people watching her, their spouse, their husband, their wife is either getting ready to divorce them or they're cheating on them and they're already gone because the wife or the husband, they love the booze more than they do their spouse and their family. So just a heads up, folks. I know. Well, if you're drunk, your spouse is already. She's got a plan B. He's got a plan B.
Yeah.
So
she's been working that plan B. I guarantee you. By the way she's talked to me. Not saying she's cheating on me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying she. I am not saying she's cheating
for me. Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying she's not stupid. She's got her shit together, and you don't. So you gotta fix it, brother. You gotta fix it. All right, bro. I'll talk with you soon, man. Appreciate you.
Okay, Tom. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, so we are talking about resentment. We are calling Noah here. Let's get Noah on the phone. Got a lot of good comments. Sunday, 8 p.m. Zoom meeting with Brian Biggerstud. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Noah, what's happening? Thanks, yeah. And you know what? I have to redeem myself. Last night we had a show, and we were having all these technical issues, and the algorithm was jacked up. So enlighten me. So resentments. So we're talking about people who've done you wrong, and things that you got the shame. You have you hurt people? Have you let go of those things?
Oh, Tom. So I've got an ex-wife that definitely felt wronged by me, and I felt wronged by her. I got a long list of ex-girlfriends and previous employers. I had to go back after I got sober to each one of those employers and make amends.
Yep.
Some of them for stealing from them, some of them for just
Hey,
another one.
Noah, I'm gonna ask you to maybe reposition the phone on your mouthpiece because reposition the phone on your mouth because.
Got it.
All right, thank you. So you had to go back to those employers, to those ex-girlfriends, those ex-wives, or whatever.
One of them was an employer I stole from for my drugs, and I had to go back and bring him a bottle of booze. I was a booze salesman at the time in Sobriety, 3-4 years in, and I had to bring him this fancy whiskey for his daughter's wedding. He's got 5 daughters, so every couple of years I bought him a new bottle, this fancy 30-year-old whiskey. And
Yeah.
another one, I destroyed the apartment, and he just wanted to check for a charity that he runs. He runs this charity, and Noah, this is the amount of money I think we ended up, and write me a check for this amount. You got it. And it's those amends you can make with a check are the easier ones.
Yeah, right.
But then going back to talk to my mother, oh, that was difficult. My father was killed when I was 7. My mother raised the 6 of us alone. And
Your mom's a rock star. I'm sorry. Did you say your father was killed when you were 7?
Accident.
Boating
accident.
Okay. And your mother raised 6 of you. So yeah, that's trauma. You know, a lot of addiction and alcoholism derives from some kind of trauma or abandonment. Wow. How did you deal with that?
I started drinking. I was a 7-year-old who started drinking on the weekends in Temple, and by 8 years old, I was stealing money out of my mother's purse to cut school and go play video games a block away.
And you were drinking at age 7.
Yeah, and I was playing hooky at age 8. And I don't know if you know anything about children, but 8-year-olds should not be wandering the streets of Brooklyn, New York by themselves with a pocket full of money stolen.
Do you have some war stories from that, or did you come out unscathed?
I didn't die. That's pretty good.
Okay.
I've gotten hit. I've gone down. I don't remember any fights that were worthwhile.
Okay.
I have no happy memories of childhood. But I've been sober now for a decade, and the friends I make now are all out of the program. Yeah, but we were talking about resentment.
Yeah.
And, resentment is a negative emotion as a result of a real or imagined hurt. And we look at it because whether or not the situation happened exactly the way I remember it, I don't really remember my mother being evil to me, but for so many years, that's all I remembered was my family didn't care about me and I was resentful. It wasn't true. My mother never hated me, but that's the way I remembered it, and that forms that resentment.
Yeah. Wow. So we talked about the resentment that you have for your mother. You don't really recall what happened, but your mother is supposed to protect you. She is supposed to be there unconditionally, whatever happens. Hey mom, I'm 7. I'm playing video games. I'm drunk. I'm getting gunned down, and so you have, so you do.
A parent is only as happy as their saddest child. I thought that I fixed everything when I got sober. I went. It was 5 years of treatment centers.
Please go back. You said a parent is only as happy.
A parent is only as happy as their saddest child.
Their saddest child. I thought you said status. I said, I'm not co-signing that
pretty
bullshit.
Fat, but that wasn't what I was referring to.
Right. No. Okay. I thought you said status child. Like, I got a piece of crap kid. I don't know.
Sure.
No, I get it. I get it. No, I get it. You spent 5 years in a treatment center?
One after another, 6 different, I'd go in and I wouldn't get it. And I thought I had it, and I'd leave and I'd try, and nothing worked for me until I tried the steps.
So the steps, you got someone who was armed with the facts, the truth, like my James Wheezy. We got a bromance. I'm not saying a couple of guys getting close, leave it alone. We're best buds, okay? We made out. I'm teasing. No, but you worked the step. I tried to work the steps on my own for many years, and still when I found, I had a Gary Adams in my life or a James Wheezy in my life, that now I
Well, the book is very descriptive, and in the beginning, in 1935, these low-bottom drunks, these low-hanging fruit, all they had was a book, and they'd give it the best they could. But that's not the same. We can tell you where the low-hanging branches are on a hiking trail. It's not the same as having a sponsor who's gone hiking on that trail already.
Yeah.
Said, hey, man,
he's gonna
there's some branches coming up.
20
Be
feet from
careful
now.
right here.
Yeah, 20 feet. You're gonna hit in the head. So be sure to duck. Yes, exactly.
You don't have to go through that difficulty anymore. There's sponsors available.
Man,
there's 1 million people in America right now who are willing to take other people through the work.
Right, and I love that. So look, you are 10 years in, and are you 13? Are you living a great life? Tell me about your life now.
Currently, I picked up from New York and went to South Florida.
Okay.
I go to yoga. I wake up early. I go to a meeting, and I've gotten into organized prayer. So I dress up as a full Jew with leather straps and a prayer shawl, and I pray in the kitchen.
Are you Jewish?
Next to the meeting.
Jewish?
I am.
Are you Jewish? Are you?
I am.
So you said you got the tassels. You're the extra strength Jewish guy. You got the beard thing going on.
I'm not as good as I should be, but I wish I was.
No, that's fine.
But I go to my morning meeting, my 7 a.m. meeting.
Okay.
And I pray in the kitchen of that room because I like to pray exactly at sunrise. I start my communion with my higher power exactly at sunrise, and I prepare with a gratitude list for about 15 minutes beforehand. And then I have my 7 a.m. meeting. I finish that. I go to yoga. I eat. I go swimming in the afternoon. I go sometimes to a second meeting. Today I went to a noon meeting, found a newcomer who was at his day one meeting. He relapsed 8 years ago, and he's been homeless and in prison since, just in and out, and he hasn't been to a meeting since. And
wow.
I got to hang out with him for a few hours today. I'm full of gratitude today. Yeah.
Wow. That is so great.
And then I have a Zoom meeting at night with a couple of my sponsees and a few other friends.
Hey, speaking of Zoom meetings, we're doing a Sober Talk Zoom meeting with our buddy and host is Brian Biggerstaff, and some of them, I don't know why they two things that aren't true when you hear on the show. And when Jeff Graham goes, it's all Carrie's fault. It's an ongoing joke. Carrie's the one that keeps everything together. It's all of our faults. But Brian Biggerstaff they call him Brian. His name's not Brian Biggerstud. It's Brian Biggerstaff. But 8:00 he's starting a Zoom. He's on I think this is the third Sunday at 8 Eastern. So
you do it only on Sundays?
No, well, we're right now. I think he's he's still figuring it out, and we're still kind of growing into it, and we're trying to figure out people's schedules and stuff. But we got a Sunday, like the other night. Jeff had to go out of town, and I couldn't cover for him. So Brian said, "Hey, you know what? In lieu of Sober Talk Live, I am going to host a Zoom AA meeting. So just watch join our private page. It's free. Just join it, and there's a lot of great people on there. You got the Carl Martins of the world." Yeah. Hey, Laura Michelle, our other nurse. Hey, Laura, how you doing, baby? So when I look over to the computer, I've been called out because people think I'm not listening. I got earbuds in. I am listening, but I'm also reading comments and people saying, "Hey, you can't see, you can't hear you, whatever." So your buddy is you talk with him for several hours a day, and
yeah, and I get some gratitude out of it. But he has his own work to do.
Yeah.
Does he
have a sponsor?
It's his first day back. Yes.
Okay.
He has to go and get one.
Okay.
I can't do all the work for somebody. There's a value.
They gotta be.
There's
ready.
a value to them getting up, asking somebody. He's been through the work already before.
Right.
You think it's bad drinking when you're miserable. Try drinking with a head full of sobriety. He did the steps already, and he went out a year later.
Let's back up. So you think it's bad drinking when you're miserable. Try drinking when you have a head full of sobriety. Wow. Wow.
When after you do the steps and you see what life can provide, all the good that comes out. I'm not scared of drinking and losing my sobriety date. That's so minuscule. I'm scared of losing my way of life, my peace of mind, my relationship with my higher power, my relationship with my family. Let's go with financial success. I like wearing the jewelry. I like having a car that works. I like not smelling. I went on a date before I got sober, and I get in her car, and she says, "Wow, you smell." I didn't bathe in 7 days.
So you went on a date, and
before I got sober.
Before was this like a blind date or
a first date? I picked her up at a wedding.
First date, and this person said,
"First date."
The person said, "You smell."
And I did. I was disgusting and I was nasty.
Oh.
I was an alcoholic in his cups. An unlovely creature, the book says.
An unlovely creature. That's right. That's very right. Brother, I love you. Thanks for catching us up, and I'm glad you got 11. I'm glad you bathed. I'm glad you're not smelly anymore. That means a lot to our listeners and
Tom, it's
viewers.
always great. It's always great to talk to you, man.
Noah, love you, boo. Talk to you soon, brother.
Fun. Take care. Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.
I just called. Love you, boo. Love you, dude. Wasn't a okay. So we're going to Derek now, and we're rocking it out, guys. This is the good show. I need it tonight. We got 2 more callers after this. We'll get a Sweezy on the phone. We'll get Carl on the phone, and Kenny Rice. Love it. Kenny Rice is our Brian Zoom meeting right there. We're going to.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So catch me up. Where are you at in your sobriety? Are you drunk? What's happening?
No, I'm about a little over 10.5 years.
That's what our last caller was. 11 years. I did. So tonight we're talking about resentments. Resentments that you have for other people who did you wrong. It could be an employer. It could be an ex-wife, an ex-girlfriend, an ex-husband, or whatever. It could be that you resent yourself for things that you have said and done while you were intoxicated or using. Now, did you ever let I guess if you're 10.5 years, you finally worked the steps or some kind of organized routine program, and have you let go of those? Because I'm holding on, boy. I go to bed thinking about them. I wake up thinking about them. I'm still pissed. I'm pissed at myself, and I'm pissed at the people who've done me wrong.
Well, I'm more mad at myself still. I still think about some of the stuff I did, and I still get embarrassed, even though it was so long ago. I honestly, I can't say that I blame anybody else, and I didn't drink because of anybody else. It's that wasn't it. I don't know. I just liked it a little too much, and but I don't know if I guess I haven't forgiven myself.
Yeah, but 10.5 years in, you haven't let go. You haven't made amends with yourself.
No, I still think about it, and I just get embarrassed, and even after so long. I mean, some of the stuff I did.
Well, let me ask you. So, what was did you work any kind of steps or rational recovery or addiction therapy or anything, or did you just quit 10.5 years ago?
I just quit.
Yeah, well, that's why you're still thinking about it, brother.
Maybe.
Do you think you're a dry drunk? I was a dry drunk for 2 years, and I finally fell off the wagon. Being that being alcohol free is one thing, but being alcohol free and happy, that's another thing. So that's why the drinking is just a symptom of restless, irritable, and discontent. Once you quit drinking, you get that out of your system. You got to work on your head. So alcoholism is not drinking so much as it is getting your head straight. So I wonder if you would benefit for some kind of. Well, you're watching Sober Talk, so that's good.
Yeah. I mean, and that may be very well be true.
No, it is. No, it's true. It's true. I'll vouch for that truism. But if you're 10.5 years and you have not forgiven yourself, you're not cured. You're not. Well, we're never cured. But I would love to see you get some relief and maybe talk to an addiction therapist or someone. Have you joined our private group? Because there's people in there.
No, I just heard about it while I was watching the show. I just heard about it.
Yeah, man, we got 24/7 of just opinions and people just hating each other and loving each other. That's quite the circus. You should join. You'll love it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Like I said, I just heard of it.
It's a great group, and people could teach you and talk with you about letting go of those resentments. And again, I'm 7 months in, so I got a ways to go. But I hope at 10.5 years, I am living the life that I deserve. Again, being alcohol free is different than being alcohol free and happy. So
yeah, I mean there's definitely no comparison to where I am now versus where I was back then. It's awesome.
No, good for you, brother. Well, hey, I got a couple more calls. So, anything you want to share or talk about before I hang up on you rudely?
No, not really. I mean, I don't blame anybody for anything that I ever did. It was. I didn't drink because of anybody. I just, like I said, I liked it too much.
No, we all do. We all do. And hey, real quick before I let you go, I just want to tell people if you are struggling really, really bad right now, and you need help in your sobriety journey, and you need some guidance or anything, or a group, or you want to talk with me, please text me your name to 502-396-8374. Text 502-396-8374, and I would love to speak with you. I mean, that's because it helps me. You know, that's part of the 12 step. We got to help other people. So, well, brother, well, good luck to you. I do encourage you to join our private group on Sober Talk, and maybe get some. Maybe you can start working out again. You know, maybe start working out again a little bit. So,
Well,
mentally.
thanks, Tom, and I think this is awesome that you're doing this stuff.
So it's not. It's don't smoke and mirrors. I'm just using you guys to hold myself accountable. I really, I don't care for you. I don't even like any of you. This is all about me. So, you're smelly. You shouldn't be going on dates. All right, but I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
That's awesome. All right, here we go again. We are going to real quick. We are going to call. So yeah, let's see if we're getting text here. If you need to talk and you need someone to help you navigate you jump starting your sobriety, I'm your guy. Well, maybe I'm someone you can talk to. I'm not from your guy or not, but please text me and I will call you up and we'll rock it out. So here we are calling our next caller, and then we're going to end with Carl, and yeah. So let's see here. He may not be able to talk, so we'll just... All right, let's go right to Carl, because we are almost at 9 o'clock. Carl, I'm calling you, big guy, and
Hey, Tom, man, I'm in bed, man. What's going on?
Are you in bed?
Are you okay?
I need you to wake up, and I need you to feel about 8 minutes of sober talk here, okay, until James Wheezy calls me back. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. Man, I'm sitting here watching this program. This is great.
No, it feels good tonight. Last night I was shook from right out of the gate, and I said, we normally don't do a show on Saturday night, but man, I can't. It's like when I was doing stand-up comedy, and I still do stand-up comedy. If I have a bad show, I can't wait to get back on the stage again to redeem myself from a bad show. And I can't redeem myself from bad audio, and the algorithm's messed up, and the comments not coming in. But I just need it. Oh, and real quick, Carl, before we go any further. Shoot. We'll decline him. James, we're going to call you right back. Before I forget, I want to tell everybody that we do have a sponsor, and they help pay myself and my co-host. What's the guy's name? Graham Cracker? What's his name, Carl? Yeah,
Southern Hemp or something.
Southern Hemp. No, our co-host is Geoff. Anyway.
Geoff.
Geoff Graham.
Geoff Graham.
He comes down from Cincinnati. He comes down from. But anyway, we have a sponsor called Kentucky's Best Hemp, and if you do buy CBD, they have great CBD. I'm gonna put up. It's right here. We got some product over here, and if you upon checkout. You KYSBestHemp.com, KYSBestHemp.com. If you use promo code TOM30, you will get 30% off. And here's the jingle that I wrote for them. KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir. KYSBestHemp.com.
No, I love it. Hey, I'm going to throw something in here about the hemp thing. I did, guys. I'm going to admit I bought some of this. I really didn't believe in it, but I went ahead and bought some for Tom's sake. But it really has helped.
Thank you.
It
Well,
really has.
we can't talk too much about it because it's
Yeah, well, let's move on.
But you liked it. You had good
Yes,
service, good product.
good results with my arthritis. Yeah.
All right, so let me. Oh God, I gotta pee so bad. So let me ask you this. We're going. I need like your 90-second. We're talking about resentments, things that you done wrong to other people, and things people have done wrong to you. Do you when your wife and your two boys drove you cross country to drop you off that rehab? Do you have resentments? Do you resent yourself? Are you pissed at other people who've done you wrong? And have you let go of those things?
Let's go through this real quick. The 90-second deal.
Okay.
No, I had resentments coming out the yin yang. The biggest one, I think, when I turned it loose and said, "Let's just drink all day, all night," was when I found out that my dad, and I was paying for all of this, was having an affair with a lady, long distance. And regardless of anything, Tom, that broke me because I looked at him as he was the God of all gods.
And how old were you? This is we're talking to Carl, and he resented his father for having an affair with a lady. And how old were you when that happened?
I was 38 years old.
Oh wow, okay, so you weren't 8.
38.
Okay.
And Tom, that same year, my mom found out about it. I found out about it. I was paying the credit card. What happened, Tom? I received a credit card in my P.O. box that was meant to go to my dad's P.O. box, and it had this lady's name on it. And the same first name as my mom, but it wasn't the middle name of my mom. And I said, "Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I've been paying this person's bill. I'm financing the company, everything else. And my dad's going out to this place in Nevada once every 2 weeks, and I'm paying for all this." And then my mom calls and says, "Carl, I'm finding something really strange." That's what killed me, was the fact that my mom, and I was having I had no one to tell that I had received this credit card in this woman's name. And so, anyway.
Did you confront him? And say, "Hey, Dad, what's going on here with this? What's this about?"
2 weeks later, I did. And
I'm sorry, Carl.
No, it was, Tom, it was the greatest. Looking back, not at that time. It was, it was heartbreaking to think that the man that you thought was the king of the world had done this.
Oh, man.
And find out that he had bought her a house with my money. I was the one that asked.
Oh,
anyway,
so he took your inheritance and bought her a house?
No, I borrowed the money at the bank to support the company. He bought her the house out of the company.
Oh, my word.
And then my mom went up to his office while he was out of town and found receipts. And I said, "All right, Mom." And she was crying, everything else. And I was crying.
What if you could control the web with your mind?
I was
what if telekinesis?
My mom was
of course.
But then,
hello?
All that slowly, that following year, my brother and grandmother died, and I'm still mad as, I'm going to say, I was mad as hell. And I just opened the bottle. I said, it's time to get it on.
And you were 38, and let me ask you, had you been sober? Had you had a stint with sobriety prior to that? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
and I said to myself, Tom, I said, the only way that I cannot feel this pain is to drink.
You were self-medicating. You were numbing yourself.
No, I had to, Tom.
Of course. You had no coping skills at the time. You had no way to deal with it.
No, I didn't. I didn't grow up with coping skills. That was not a part of our family. And I say that laughingly, but that's true. we didn't grow up with that type of lifestyle.
Right.
But you know, it was finally time. And sure enough, and guys and folks listening, I promise you this. It was only when I realized, and it took a long time, that Carl, you got to start with yourself, and that came from AA, that came from rehab. Once I was able to say, Carl, you got to look at yourself, buddy. You can't look at anybody else right now.
Right.
And then I had to open up my doors. I had to say, this is what I did, what I've done. That's all I could control. And I think that's somewhere in the fourth and fifth, steps. But really, once I admit, and that wasn't when I did it, but once I said, wait a minute, Carl, you have not been the perfect man either, dude.
Right. Okay. So you resented your dad, then you start resenting yourself when you realize that you had it. So hey, I want to continue this. It's been a great topic, but I gotta go. It
is a great topic, and I hope you continue it next week, Tom. Sure enough.
No, we will. And Carrie's putting down some themes, and I'm trying not to look at the computer so much so people think don't think I'm ignoring them. But I love you guys. Hey, Carl, thanks for being on, brother.
Hey, have a good night, Tom.
You too, buddy. That was my buddy Carl. Guys, I love you. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. This is Tom. Husband? Dude, she didn't say anything about being married. Don't be mad at me, be mad at her. What? It's your wife? No, I didn't know she was. You want some of this? Meet me at Musical. Where are you at right now? Meet me at Musical Round. Yeah, I'm right down the street, dude. You can't miss me. I got a red hat on. You want some of this? Coming in, I got a shirt that says college on it. I'm an African-American man. Hey, just because I got a cane, don't mean I can't kick your ass. Well, look, I'm at the music store. Where are you at now? I'm waiting for you. You can't miss me. I got a striped shirt on. I'm looking at some drumsticks. All right.
Were you just describing me?
What?
Were you describing me?
No. Oh, by the way, I got a hat on. I look like Dick Van Dyke's ugly brother. I may be gay. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Could you just give my description instead of telling somebody what you had on versus me?
I'm lost. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, but you're gonna have to be careful doing that in case somebody come up here and instead of looking for you, they come looking for me. Somebody I'm gonna be head off.
Well, yeah, well, we look different, you know.
Exactly.
I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, hey, no worries. My bad, man. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Somebody come up here and instead of looking for you, they come looking for somebody.
Yeah, my bad. Well, yeah, well, we look different, you know. I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, hey, no worries. My bad, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you get that? Yeah, my bad. Well, yeah, well, we look different, you know. I'm lost.
This is a real B&H customer story. Jack and Barbara, professional wildlife photographers and B&H customers for 30 years, live in remote Alaska. Hey, what's the population there?
About 50 to 52 people. And